All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Austin Desperados and the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready, 30 base. 59, 59.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards on the ground. They had trouble stopping the run last week at a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football.
Ready, ready.
This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
90, Wolf. 59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Snap.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback. And no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Makes the score Desperados 7, 49ers nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, McFarland. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Winston looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
From just shy of midfield, Winston, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Winston now to throw on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Ready? Blue ready. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, Sonny.
Stop your whining.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. It's caught by Bryant. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac. But you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Yep.
59 mark. 59.
Go.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Coleman now. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Hey, high 7. 59. Shoot.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
X3, 218, chop. Get it.
On first down, Coleman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, me and you all day. All day.
Fine.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Ready up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
Big 50. Big 50.
They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
"34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get it down this time to 17. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Pass incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On third down, a run by Mack. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point up and through. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain on the play there, second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Niners on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And that one results in 35 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line.
They'll throw again. Winston. Bryant has it. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Desperado.
Set, ready? 10 logo. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 11 yards for number 11.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man Hilton. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Complete. Smith has it. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Alpha. 59 mark, check, 59. You don't want none, baby, you don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
41 Mike.
Winston. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break, all square. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at the 3. Room here to run. Touchdown, 49ers. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. So special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And an Austin first down.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ready? 90, Wolf. 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 20. 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
You go tight. And even. You got tight right there. Let's go.
11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Let's go.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here. He finds Hopkins complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2nd and 5. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Jameis to throw it. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready. 51, Mike. 51.
On first down, McFarland. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far,
and this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Back now here in Santa Clara as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, That puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
This pass complete to Higgins. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. To the catch made by Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Go! 70, Indy.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll set up to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Bravo!
Now back to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Defense wins championships, baby. Mike's 5'9". Mike's
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
50. Mike 50. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Get it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man Hilton. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 from a 49er D as they score the touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down in inches. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Hey, high 7.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 14. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
And they take a knee. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Take it at the 37. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
54 Mike. Record.
Hey, Echo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Here we go. 18 games. Hey, exit.
Drop deep. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come for it.
Yes.
Mike's 54.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it to Hilton. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Hey. 54's Mike. Check. Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for San Francisco, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside